Hello, everybody, and welcome to your collective Virgo season reading. Virgo season will go from August 22nd to September 22nd, and that's just when the sun is moving through the sign of Virgo. However, during Virgo season, just before Virgo season begins, Mars is going to move into Gemini and be on a 7-month journey. And then on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to go retrograde in Taurus. And then Mercury is going to move into Libra on August 25th. And then we will have the Virgo new moon on August 27th. And then Venus is moving into Virgo on September 5th. And then we will have the Pisces full moon on September 10th. All right. Oh, I got that wrong. Oh, no. Venus into Virgo on September 5th, and then Pisces full moon on September 10th. That's right. Okay. So those are the main things happening during Virgo season, and this is going to bring us to some really deep self-assessment as well as assessment around relationships. Okay, and with Uranus going retrograde, that's the planet of the unexpected. So different things that you've done in the past, creating karma, for the good or the bad, is going to start popping up while, Uranus is retrograde. And Uranus is retrograde all the way until January of 2023, okay? But it starts in Virgo season, and Virgo is 6th house energy. It's our daily, it's our obligations, it's our routine. So we're going to be assessing and having a very fine attention to details through Virgo season around ourselves and around relationships, okay? And since it's 6th house, it could also be around our habits, our patterns of behavior, all right? So let's pull some cards and get in. See what is happening for all of us during Virgo season, what energies are available to us. Okay, I am not surprised to see this coming out. Solar plexus energy, intuition, knowing, sensing, trust, gut instincts. All right, so Mars is the divine masculine energy, like Venus is divine feminine energy, right? And Venus is going to be moving into Virgo on September 5th, all right? And so that divine feminine energy is noticing the details of everything, okay? And then Mars moving into Gemini, that is becoming very insightful, consciously about ourselves. So just as like I was seeing in the Mars reading, Virgo season is really bringing us to our divine feminine. And look at, I was just going to be like, what's on the bottom? Oh my gosh, look at that. What's on the bottom of this deck? And I pulled the top. Oh my gosh. And the very next would be another solar plexus. And then I was like, let me see the bottom. And the bottom was straight up sacral. Okay. So we have a second solar plexus and then 3 sacral. So yeah, oh my gosh, this is so similar to how the Mars reading started out, the Mars transit through Gemini, which we'll be posting after this reading later in the day. All right, I actually did that one first, but I'll be posting it last for the day. And then we have all of this solar plexus energy coming through desires, sexuality, and then straight up sacral. So yeah, big emphasis on relationships as well. I just didn't expect all of these to come out, so forgive me. Okay, whoa, Virgo season is, and I thought that Libra season would be a huge relationship focus, and it very well could be because Mercury is going to be going retrograde in the sign of Libra during Libra season, and Libra is seventh house energy relationships, okay? But man, Virgo season is setting it all up. We are getting deep. We are getting very in tune with our divine feminine and divine masculine energies, all right? And Mars moving into Gemini is really helping this process out as well, okay? This is where we are contemplating our desires in relationship and the choices that we're making, whether, you know, we're directly involved romantically or we are single at this time. And it's not just romance, okay? It's our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with our friends, our relationship with our family, our relationship with very specific family members, okay? Our divine feminine and divine masculine energies are being very activated, very triggered during Virgo season because it's time for an awakening of self. What is going on within our sacral chakra and our solar plexus chakra, our divine feminine, our divine masculine, goddess, God energy, the energies that come together that create our reality, what we experience, our manifestations, okay? So Virgo season is offering the energy with all the astrology that I said at the beginning, okay, but very, very strongly with this Mars transit. What do we want out of relationships? The relationship not just with others, but the relationship with ourselves. Are we too soft? Are we a pushover? Do we have no boundaries? Or are we too controlling? Are we too restrictive? Do we yell? Do we get angry? Do we try to raise our voice to regain control of a situation that feels like it's spiraling out of control? Are we really lost in our emotions, losing ourselves and our desires and what we really hope for, especially on an intimate level because we have sexuality going on here? And, you know, when the sacral and the solar plexus are very out of balance, are distorted for quite some time, this is how we invite codependent relationships into our lives, okay? And I just did a video on Soul Mana channel about the chakras. I'll link it at the end of this video if you're interested in watching that to gain more insight specifically about these two chakras here. But it's time to see what blocks us. It's time for a change in relationships. It's time for healing. It's time for closeness. Okay, it's time for forgiveness. It's time to realize our negative patterns of behavior around relationships. Okay, so I really feel all through Virgo season and Libra season, there is going to be a big focus around relationships just in general, okay? And then we're going to move into Scorpio season, which is when the eclipses start happening. And Scorpio is 8th house, major transformational energy. And then we're having these eclipses going on. So I would say starting with Virgo season all the way to the end of Scorpio season in November, there is going to be a lot of shifting and changing in relationship dynamics, in relationships already in your life, the relationship you have with yourself, new relationships coming in, potentially relationships returning, okay? Because remember, Mercury is going to be moving into Libra on August 25th, and then it's going to retrograde on September 9th through October 2nd. So it's going to go retrograde during Virgo season and be retrograde as we enter Libra season, okay? And it's going to be retrograding in the sign of Libra and then back into the sign of Virgo, all right? So Libra is 7th house energy, relationships. We're in Virgo season. Mercury retrograding always brings things back, right? Unfinished business, unfinished lessons, unfinished relationships. So pretty much between Virgo season all the way to the end of Scorpio season, we're all focusing there, okay? Every single person is focusing on relationship aspects. And it's time for healing. It's time for changes in big, big ways. And I would highly recommend to everybody to do some meditations, balancing and connecting with your sacral and solar plexus chakras, your water and your fire chakra. All right, idyllic times, the garden, paradise, and tenderness, true love, compassion. And I just have to point out, look at that yellow. We have 3 cards of yellow and then 3 cards of orange. And I guess there's a little bit of yellow in there, right? And see, not all cards in here are yellow. All right. In fact, very few. So that's solar plexus chakra energy just keeps coming through. All right. The garden, paradise, true love, compassion. Doing this work, understanding ourselves, seeing patterns in relationships within ourselves as well as within others. Okay, doing this work with the sacral and solar plexus is opening you up to this garden paradise energy in life, as well as opening you up to true love, tenderness through friendships, through family ships, through romance ships. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. And if you're watching this video as it premieres, I will be premiering the Mars into Gemini a few hours after this one. And like I said, that one is, the opener was exactly like this, with 3 sacral energies. It was crazy. And then here we are looking at Virgo season. And Mars moves into Gemini just a couple days before the sun moves into Virgo. Eight of Wands, the Moon, and remember, the eclipses start happening at the start of Scorpio season, and so I see that right there. Ace of Wands, and look at, okay, so we start out with the 8 of Wands. Virgo season starts in the 8th month of August. All right, and then we have the moon, the eclipses are coming, but also we have this Pisces full moon on September 10th, okay, and Pisces is 12th house, so with that full moon, there's also a release, because we see new energy coming in with that Ace of Wands. Now we have 10 of Wands, King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and Knight of Swords. All right, you know what? For some of you, just because we have this Lion here, King of Wands, and all this Wands energy, some of you, this could have absolutely, this process, this deep revelations, this feelings could have started in Leo season, right? I'm recording this in Leo season just a couple days before we shifted to Virgo season. All right, so I do feel that these energies have been starting to bubble up from the depths of you. And I also see that happening here in the moon. And then, you know, you got the black and white wolf, the yin yang energy, the divine feminine, divine masculine energy right there as well. And, you know, the divine feminine, divine masculine is more than just relationships, okay? It's the birthing of creation through the sacral, you know, coming in conjunction with the solar plexus that creates the manifestation, okay? And back to that codependent sort of relationship, you know, when we're starving for affection and love and we don't feel worthy, we don't feel good enough, we give our power away, okay? And that opens us up to codependent relationships. And then when we're overextended in the solar plexus, this could be where we are overly independent and we want to save and take care of everybody and everything. All right. So it's like an assertion of power or lack of power within us. And that power is of how we manifest, how we create, but also has to do with our relationships. And that's just what's going on here. We're going really deep. All right. And it's like we're coming to the end of a journey. And, you know, this would be right on the mark because the eclipses starting in 2023 and going all the way through 2032, a decade, they are going to start in Aries, okay, in 2023. Aries is first house. Mars rules Aries. And that span of those 10 years of the eclipses that are up and coming, I was just like looking at that. I'm going to do readings for each sign and when their eclipse years are coming, where they're at in their current cycle of past eclipses, okay? Because this next 10 years of eclipses, 2023 through 2032, is going to be just insane. And in fact, in 2029, we actually have 6 eclipses happening. 6. We usually have like 4, sometimes 5, but we're going to have 6 in 2029. And everything leading up to that, it's just, wow, these next 10 years are very interesting. And I feel like we're kind of starting on a new path, a new chapter, everybody, including the collective consciousness. As the eclipses start happening, you know, in the sign of Aries. So this to me is like the beginning and the ending, like the wrapping up of old energy. And Virgo season, Libra season, and Scorpio season of 2022 is a deep assessment and reflection and revelation of relationships, okay? Because in 2022, the eclipses are in Taurus and Scorpio predominantly, all right? So we're balancing, we're preparing, we're cleaning out old energy. And I brought up the eclipses because I'm talking about the next 10 years of them, and we have the 10 of Wands, all right? So since 2023 I see as the beginning, and the first eclipse of the year is in Aries, and it's a hybrid eclipse. I'll leave a link for you to read about what a hybrid eclipse is, okay? If that's not switching from one reality, one decade, one set of energies, and clicking into another, I don't know what is, all right? And so for Virgo season, Libra season, and Scorpio season, we're working on wrapping up all this old energy, old lessons through the different relationships we have. And we have relationships with everything, right? Again, this isn't just about like romance, friends, family. It encompasses all relationships you have with everything in your life, including yourself. And I'm not feeling much for Sag or Cap season. You know, we're in Capricorn season when we transition into the new year. So we'll see what comes out there. But man, this is, instead of just saying Virgo season, this should be Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio season read. But yeah, it's time to clean out old energy. And anything that's meant to have a second chance, second go round, is going to return with this Mercury retrograde. All right, as I'm saying that, look at, we have the Lovers, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands. Okay, so we got that King of Wands twice going on. Three of Swords, Emperor. That is Mars right there. So that Mars energy is very, very strong in this Virgo season. Eight of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. All right, yeah. Through Virgo season, there's a lot that's going to be coming back to you, whether just in your mind or in physical reality. But you're going to be revisiting the past quite a bit because it's time for a reevaluation, a reassessment, and you're going to go deep. So you're going to find, you know, through Virgo season, it's like you see everything and it all makes perfect sense and you're like, yes. And then other days you're going to just feel really overwhelmed emotionally. And I, again, cannot emphasize and recommend enough for you to work on balancing these chakras and tapping into these chakras, because as you do that, the truth is going to surface for you. You're at the end of a journey. You're wrapping so much up as we end 2022. Look at that. The Two of Pentacles. Yes, we're wrapping so much up as we end 2022 because 2023 is bringing a whole new journey, a whole new adventure, a whole new decade of progressing energy. All right. And things are really going to start picking up for you. Life isn't going to move quite as slow as it has been. Right, look at that. Heal the Ouch. That came out with the Mars reading as well. Ride the Wave. Stuck in the Mud. Right? It's time to heal the past. If who you want, if you're really hoping for a relationship to come back into your life, and this person is not back in your life by the end of Scorpio season, I would really take that as a sign that this relationship is something that needs to be left behind in this decade of cycle that we are exiting as we leave 2022, because there is so much that is opening up to you over the next 10 years. Truly, truly there is. And Virgo season, Libra season, and Scorpio season is giving us the chance to really clean our energy, clean ourselves out emotionally, mentally, in every possible way to start this new beginning, because you got the Ace of Wands right next to the Ten of Wands. Yes, 2023 is starting a whole new journey for everybody. And just this right here, I really do feel if you're waiting on somebody to come back or come back around and it doesn't happen by the end of Scorpio season, it's time to just leave that in the past for now and trust that that's where it belongs and open yourself up to the new energy. All right, so I'm going to pull 3 different final messages. You decide which of the 3 is for you. All right, just to personalize this a little bit more, since this is a collective reading. So there's those 3, and I'm going to add the door that you're going to be stepping through. Woo! They're slick. I almost dropped them all. The door you're going to be stepping through in 2023. And it's like Virgo season is the start of it all, because Virgo, 6th house, attention to detail, all of our habits, our routines. And I didn't say this, but I do see a lot of singles finally coupled up, either by the end of 2022 or I would say the first 3 months of 2023. All right, but it's like some of us have to get over something from the past, a relationship of the past, so we can align to a new soulmate that is going to be an amazing journey. All right, so here are the doors for 2023, the new energy, the new beginning. So just look at those and decide which one is calling your name. I will start with the first outcome for, or I should say the opening door for 2023, a blue door, and it says Secret Sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketch for others to find. Okay, so you're definitely going to align to something from the past, whether that be a relationship or a dream or goal. All right, and you've got to just really trust the journey of it. All right, so door number 2, walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you'll find the will to survive. Oh, wow. That's kind of a little bit of a riddle, huh? And we have truth. Oh, lots of truth coming to you, those who chose number 2. Trust that truth and do what you need to do with it. All right. And lastly, number 3. Heart healing. Wow, you guys are the big ones probably that need to let something of the past go. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. And we have action. All right, it's time to let the past go. Pile number 3, and allow the heart to heal. All right, so those are the messages for Virgo season. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.